Hey folks, all doing? Hero of None here on October 16th, 2020 with your Mundus Minute. News, Lecture Merchant, and Golden Merchant stuff, all in a few minutes. So first up in the news, well, if you haven't been logging on, you probably should try getting on. ESO Plus is free now until October 19th, so if you have any DLC dungeons you need to complete, or you want to go around and collect some Sky Shards in some of those DLC locked areas and you're on a basic plan, now's the time. During this time, you're also going to be able to stuff things into your crafting bag, so make sure to buy a whole bunch of stuff of crafting materials you might want to use, stuff in that bag, and then when it turns off on Monday, you'll still have it all there available for crafting. Also, now until Friday, November 6th, you're going to have a chance to enter in for the Tamriel Together, promoting your guild to win custom collectibles. I'll put a link down below. But basically, make a guild recruitment poster or video showcase to your guild, and post it up. There's a rules form to it and all that stuff, and you can post this up on with tagging TSO Online, Instagram, and Facebook. Information will be down below. Witches Festival will start on Thursday, October 22nd at 10 a.m. During this time, you're going to be able to get various collectibles, tickets, and other goodies regarding the Witches Festival. Also, you're going to be able to get 100% experience buff. So if you have any lobies that you need to get leveled up, or if you need to get yourself up a few champion levels, now is going to be the time. On October 20th, 12 p.m. Eastern, noon, Bethesda's UK team will join our own Senior Vice President of Marketing and Community, Pete Hines, who's going to be going around in some of the Greymoor locations in the hopes to raise up funds for Stand Up to Cancer. I'll put the link down below, but tune in to twitch.tv/Bethesda because drops will be on during that event. And a reminder again, Markoth's DLC Game Pack will be coming to PC on November 2nd and will be available on consoles on November 10th. Now, related over to Markoth, we got a update on 28's game performance and kind of a retrospect on some of the other changes that came about as part of this last batch of testing here. So update on 27 here. During the AoE test, they did see some improvements during some of the tests here. About 25% stability for the frame rate, but still seeing spikes during some of the high peak hours and larger fights. Trials and dungeon performance on the server has improved. They have improvements on the activity finder, though they are noting that there are some cases where folks are still getting stuck outside of the activity finder for a very long time. They have seen a drastic reduction to intermittent load screens. So they were getting about 50k a day for load screens, and now that's down to about 3k a day, especially around Cyrodiil. And overall client stability has reduced significantly as well. For update 28, they're doing some large-scale combat performance improvements and frustum call and rendering thread optimizations, which I'll let you guys read through all the technical details down below in the links. But also talking about the AoE testing, there are 2 more tests that are still coming up, notably from community feedback. They're on the October 19th to 26th. They're doing a shared global AoE global cooldown for 3 seconds. Group size is going to be limited to 12 in Cyrodiil. Ally targeted abilities will only be applied to group members. And then October 22nd, October 26th and to November 2nd, there's going to be a shared AoE global cooldown timer of 3 seconds. Group size limited to 12 in Cyrodiil. Ally targeted abilities only apply to group members. Global ramping cost per successive AoE cast by 50, 100%, and 150%, and regen decreasing per successive AoE costing by 33, 66, and 99%. Again, I'll put all that information down below in the links so you guys can preview it at your leisure. Next, let's take a look at the Luxury Merchant and the Golden Merchant for this week. So this week it's Nurncrux, Reach Bowl Nurncrux, Reach Grinder Nurncrux, Reach Grinding Stone Nurncrux, Tentacles if you're into that, and Vines, Reichling Totem Skull, and a Stone of Nurncrux Laden. And then on the Golden Merchant, Beekeeper's Ring. Interesting set. I'd actually recommend getting this for maybe PvP if you want to make a troll tank. One of the reasons this works out well is because heals inside Cyrodiil get reduced, but healing recovery is one of those things not reduced. So having the health recovery and the additional health on top of it, helpful. Would I get this for 150k? If you're doing PvP, maybe you want to use it, but maybe not. Also 150k, Deadwater's Guile Ring. Weapon damage, health, stamina, weapon damage, and when an enemy dies within 2 seconds of being damaged by you, gain 15 ultimate. Really not that great in PvP or PvE. I would skip getting the gold one on this unless you have a specific build for it. Also for 250k, Leviathan's Ring. Stamina, weapon critical, and weapon critical. I do see folks using this in PvE, and I see some folks farming it for PvP too. So maybe you want to get this, but it is 250k, so spend wisely. Dread King's Slayer. Weapon damage, critical, and gain major brutality at all times, increasing your weapon damage by 20%. When you kill an enemy, you gain major expedition for 8 seconds, increasing your movement speed by 30%. I do see folks use this in PvP, especially when they don't want to have to slot on an ability to raise it up, or they don't want to have to take a weapon power potion to get that major brutality. So maybe get this for PvP if you wanted it. For 100k, for helmets, you can get Infernal Guardians Guys, which is not a hard helmet to get, but I do see Magicka builds using this, especially Sorks. Because whenever you cast a damage shield, you're also going to be doing this damage ability with this flame damage. However, a lot of people go with the day drop these days, so spend wisely on that. Then finally, Ice Heart's Guys, spell critical, and when you do critical damage, you have 20% chance to get a damage shield for 4,825, and also doing some frost damage at the same time. Despite the fact that it's got a nerf, it's still widely used because it gives damage, it gets a shield, and even with the percent chance on it, it's anytime you can deal critical damage. So just putting a dot on something can proc it as well. So I would definitely consider getting that if you don't like running dungeons, but the dungeon itself is pretty easy to do. All right, I'm Hero of None. That's your Mundus Minute. See you all in Tamriel.